The attributes of Stanley Scraba include that of teacher, coach, business manager, community steward, great family man, father, and grandfather. However, there is no questioning the one constant which was the focal point of his life, a 36-year military career that saw him advance from a private in 1949 to his retirement from service in 1986 as a brigadier general in the Connecticut Army National Guard. His parents settled in Putnam in 1930, and Stan was born in 1932. The family grocery store, Stanley's Market, provided the 8-year-old Stan with his initial introduction to business skills as he became the delivery boy in the neighborhood, with his red wagon in the summer and his sled in the winter. Even before graduating from Putnam High in 1950, he joined the National Guard, which led to service in Germany during the Korean War. Upon returning from that assignment, Stan married Joan Trudeau, his high school sweetheart, enrolled and graduated from Bryant College, and started his climb through the ranks of the military. It was also at this time that Stan and Joan started to add to the family, and add they did. First Susan, then Paula, Tom, Mark, Chris, and Sean followed.
When I was at Putnam High School, I was editor of the yearbook, and Stan was the advisor to the yearbook. And Stan came along at an extremely important point in my life. My mother died between my sophomore and junior years of high school. Stan really sensed that I needed a friend and that I needed support. And there he was. He and Joan, who had a pack of children in a small house next to the high school, invited me for dinner. And I can tell you, no one invites a teenage girl who's motherless for dinner. And I was thrilled to go somewhere and to just be mixed into this boisterous, happy, joking assortment of people, and it was very touching.
The business degree from Bryant led to a teaching position at Putnam High, where among other responsibilities, he oversaw the production of the Clipper yearbook, but also afforded Stan the opportunity to engage in another love, that of assistant football coach under Jim Greenhall. Stan's success in the classroom played an integral role in being named the first business manager of the Putnam school system, and his vision to build a new school in Putnam came to fruition in 1975, the Putnam Elementary School. He concluded his educational profession in Brooklyn as a career education specialist.
If you had any reason to give Stan Scraba a job, you could check that box as to be completed in a very high fashion. So I sort of modeled my aspirations after just watching how a guy who had so many glass balls in the air all the time, which the first and heaviest one he always watched most closely was that with family relations. But then professional development, character, integrity, all of those were just so clear with him.
His climb through the ranks of the Connecticut National Guard was equally impressive. Stan commanded numerous Connecticut companies, including both the Danielson and Putnam Guard units, served in Governor William O'Neill's Foot Guard, and was the first commandant of the Connecticut Military Academy, where he successfully oversaw the integration of women officers within the ranks. However, one of the highlights of his military career was as executive officer of Danielson's 169th Infantry Unit during the disastrous Putnam flood of 1955. Assisting the U.S. Coast Guard with rescue efforts, Stan and his men worked tirelessly for several days, rescuing stranded citizens from rooftops and helping to bring back some sense of normalcy to a devastated city. After seeing this devastation to his hometown, Stan found a new battlefield which focused on providing a lifelong commitment to becoming a community steward and citizen soldier. He served on the Putnam City Council, was police commissioner for 14 years, became the first special service district chairman, established an ongoing Putnam High Scholarship in memory of his son Tom, and was Grand Marshal for the 2010 Putnam Memorial Day Parade.
I can remember being in Disney World and Stan going up, shaking someone's hand and saying, "Stan Scraba, Putnam, Connecticut." I mean, to the day he passed away, we would always bust him about that was it. Stan was proud from where he came from. Humble beginnings, you know, a man of many seasons, and very knowledgeable of many things, but very proud of his heritage and where he came from.
Despite his dedication and tireless hours devoted to the military, the teaching profession, coaching and community involvement, family and friends were never overlooked. He and Joan expected their children to be courteous and respectful, to give back to the community, and whether in the classroom, on the playing field, or on the job, always put forth their best effort. When one looks over the accomplishments of their children, it is safe to say the lessons were well learned.
They were a team, you know, behind every man is a strong woman. Joan was also the one that said, whatever you do, don't tarnish that Scraba name. So that was one of those things you heard as you ran out the door. But Joan was amazing. I mean, as a mother, caregiver, I mean, she was there all the time because, you know, there were many nights where Stan was either at a police commissioners meeting, a military meeting, teaching at Quinnebog Community College, I think, at certain points. So she was the one that held everything together, and just a really good, cohesive family unit.
They all took to heart his three guiding principles to succeed in life. Either take command or you'll lose command. Always remember where you came from and give back, and don't panic, adjust. As the busy years wound down, Stan and Joan split their time between Alexander's Lake and Stuart, Florida. Just 7 months after celebrating their 60th wedding anniversary, Stan passed away in 2013. But he left an indelible mark on so many through his outstanding character, great sense of humor, and infectious energy in whatever activity beckoned him.
I think anyone who didn't get to know him missed something in this world. He was the type of guy that was always willing to lend an ear, show compassion, take on a tough task, but all of it was rooted with the family. What his son indicated here a few moments ago about live up to the Scraba honor and tradition, that says it all.